The courtroom was damp. Outside, the May afternoon heat shimmered like silver, but the air inside held a cold
This
that
is the
had
key.
seeped into the very
Guard it
walls.
with your life.
What does
Cold
it
that
open?
felt centuries
A
old.
door to our only way out.
Two soldiers stood by the door.
You have always
soaked in
been my
sweat,
greatest
but the
joy.
12-year-old girl
I will
sitting
carry your
on the
light with
wooden
me
chair in the
always.
center of
And
the
I
room
will be
had not
with
a
you.
single drop of perspiration on her face. She was as silent as a stone statue. Her eyes were fixed on the
please
window,
don't take
but
us.
she saw nothing.
You have to come now.
My
Her hair
child,
was
don't
braided into
separate us.
small,
Move along.
tight plaits, and her dress, a faded cotton frock, once white, roughly cut down and stitched to fit her small frame, only emphasized her stillness. Her feet were bare. Their heels were black and cracked, as if they had traveled very far. Judge Henry Forbes sat in his chair, watching her.
Rest now, child.
There was
the baby is
confusion
safe
in
with
his
me.
eyes,
Thank
and a touch
you,
of
Mama. I was
unease.
so worried. Hush now.
He had
All is
heard many
well.
cases in his life, murder, theft, deceit, but this case was different. This was the case of a girl who had
I
never
present
spoken.
this key, as was promised.
Mrs. Watson,
The promise
Judge
is
Forbes
fulfilled.
said,
We
"You
accept
have
it."
filed a
A new
petition
chapter
to adopt
begins.
this child. Can you tell the court how she came to be in your care?" Mrs. Eleanor Watson, plump woman with a face that radiated kindness, stood up. "Yes, Your Honor. This child was found on my brother's plantation about 3 months ago. Some field hands
This is the
discovered her
key.
in an old
Guard
storage
it with your
shed.
life.
What does it open?
She was just
A door
lying
to our
there,
only way
all
out.
alone. And
You
from
have
the moment
always
she
been
was
my
found,
greatest
she
joy.
hasn't spoken a
I will
single
carry your
word.
light with me always.
Whispers
And I will be
spread
with
through
you.
the crowd. Mrs. Watson reached into her pocket and pulled out an old piece of cloth. She held it close to her chest
No,
as if it
please
were a
don't
precious
take
thing.
us.
You have to come
This was
now.
with her
My
when she was
child, don't
found,
separate
Your
us.
Honor.
Move along.
There are stains on it, old blood stains. And wrapped inside this cloth was this. She unfolded the cloth, revealing a small iron key. It was rusted, but markings were still visible on it, the shape of a flower, perhaps a rose. A profound silence fell over the
Rest now,
courtroom.
child. The baby is safe with
The
me.
girl, whom
Thank
no
you,
one
Mama.
had been
I was
able
so
to
worried.
name,
Hush now.
finally
All
moved
is
her
well.
eyes from the window and looked at the key. Something flickered in her gaze, recognition. Fear?
I present
Memory?
this key, as was
But then
promised.
she was
The
silent
promise
again.
is fulfilled. We accept it.
Mrs.
A new
Watson
chapter
clutched the
begins.
key. "I have tried everything to make this child speak, Your Honor. I gave her food, water, love. But she is silent. Completely silent. The doctor said maybe her tongue was cut, but her tongue is perfectly fine. She can speak, but she won't." Then a man stood up, Mr. James Carter, a lawyer from the town and a friend of Mrs. Watson's brother. He said, "Your Honor, this child is the daughter of slaves. There are lash marks on her body. On her back, there is a brand, PP, probably the mark of a plantation. This girl is a runaway. And that key she holds, it could be the key to a cage." The courtroom erupted. Judge Forbes banged his gavel. Silence. Order in the court. But the girl's eyes were still fixed on the key. Her lips moved, just slightly, as if she were trying to form a word, but the word was buried under years of silence. Then an old black woman, standing at the back of the room, stepped forward. Her face was etched with wrinkles, her hair white as cotton. "Your Honor," she said, her voice trembling with age, "I know this child." Silence fell again. The old woman walked forward slowly, her feet shuffling on the floor. She came to the girl, knelt before her, and reached out a gnarled hand to gently touch the girl's chin, looking into her eyes. "You are the one, aren't you?" the old woman whispered. "Lily's child.
This is the key.
The
Guard
one
it
who
with your
never
life.
cried,
What does it open?
never laughed.
A door to our only
The
way
one
out.
with the ocean in her eyes."
You have always been
For
my
the first
greatest
time,
joy.
The girl
I will
looked at
carry your light
someone,
with me
truly
always.
looked.
And I will be with you.
Tears welled in her eyes, but they did not fall. They froze there, as they had frozen years ago. The
No,
old
please
woman looked
don't
up
take
at
us.
Judge Forbes.
You have to come now.
"Sir,
child,
this
don't
child's
separate
name
us.
is
Move
Maya.
along.
And this key, it is the key to her mother's cage." The breath caught in every throat in the room. And then, for the first time, the girl, Maya, began to speak. Her voice was very soft, as if coming from a deep well. "Mother," she said.
Rest now, child. The baby
"Mother
is safe
told
with
me to keep the key
Thank
safe."
you, Mama. I was so worried.
The key
Hush
would
now.
open the
All is
cage.
well.
And from the cage. She stopped, her voice catching. From the cage, the birds would
I present
fly.
this key, as was
Hearing
promised.
this, every
The promise
person
is
in the
fulfilled.
courtroom
We
felt
accept
their
it.
eyes
A
grow
new
moist.
chapter begins.
But this was only the beginning. This story had started long before, in a time when Maya's mother was still alive, when there were birds in the cage, when slavery was not a memory but a reality that returned with the sun every morning. It was the night of July, 1858, when Maya came into this world.
This is the key.
Behind the
Guard it
sugarcane
with your life.
fields of
What
the
does it
Pride
open?
plantation,
A door
there
to
was a
our
row
only
of
way
slave
out.
cabins.
You
Their
have
roofs
always
were
been
thatched
my
with palm
greatest
leaves,
joy,
and their
I will
walls
carry
were
your
made
light
of
with
mud,
me always.
cracked in places
and I
so
will be
that
with you.
moonlight would peer in at night. In one of these cabins, lying on the packed earth floor, was a woman. Her
No,
name was
please
Lily.
don't take us.
Lily
You have
was
to come
18
now.
years old
My
then,
child,
but
don't
her face
separate
looked
us.
Move
25.
along.
Her eyes were large, dark, and held a strange light, the light that comes to those who have seen much but are still alive. Her hair was in small tufts, and beads of sweat dotted her forehead. Beside her sat an old woman, Nena, the plantation's midwife. Nena's hands
Rest
trembled
now,
with
child. The
age,
baby is
but
safe
her eyes
with me.
held a lifetime
Thank
of
you, Mama.
experience.
I was so worried. Hush now.
She
All
wiped
is
the
well.
sweat from Lily's brow and whispered, "Push a little more, daughter. The baby is coming." Lily closed her
I
eyes.
present this key, as
An
was
image
promised.
came to her mind,
promise is
an image
fulfilled.
she
We
saw
accept it.
every night.
A new chapter begins.
A man, tall, dark-skinned, smiling. Jack, her husband, sold away 3 months ago. She remembered that morning. Jack had gone to the fields at sunrise, but by noon, he was gone. A white man had come on horseback, looked Jack over, his teeth, his hands, his strength, and spoken with Mr. Pride. By evening, there was no trace of Jack. Lily opened her eyes. A wave of pain surged through her body. She pushed and pushed again, and then a tiny cry. Nena lifted the baby. She was small, red, her hair wet. Nena cleaned her and placed her on Lily's chest. Lily looked at her daughter. The baby's eyes were closed, but her face was the image of Jack, the same broad forehead, the same shape of the lips. Lily touched her, and the baby opened her eyes. Those eyes, they were like Jack's, too. Large, dark, with that same light that Lily had. Nena whispered, "This child is special, Lily. Look how she looks at you. As if she knows everything." Lily smiled. It was the first time she had smiled in years. She whispered into the baby's ear, "Your name is Maya. Maya, my daughter." Outside, the sugarcane swayed in the wind, and an owl hooted in the distance. The night was quiet, but in that quiet, there was a hope, a tiny, fragile hope.
This is the key.
But morning
Guard it
was
with your
coming.
life.
What does it open?
And with the morning
door
came
to our
Mr.
only way
Pride.
out.
Philip Pride was a man of 40.
You have always been my
His
greatest
hair
joy,
was thick and dark,
I will carry
but
your
his
light with
eyes,
me
they
always.
were strange.
and I will be with you.
Sometimes they were soft, sometimes hard as stone. He owned slaves, but he rarely beat them.
No,
He
please
believed
don't
that
take
beating
us.
made slaves
You have to
fearful,
come now.
but
My
not productive.
child, don't separate us.
Move
So he
along.
talked to them gently. And that gentleness was more painful to his slaves than any whip, because it made them think, just for a moment, that maybe Mr. Pride was good. But he was not good. The morning after Maya was born, Mr. Pride came to the cabin. He carried a walking stick,
Rest
but he
now,
didn't
child.
use
The
it for
baby is
beating.
safe with me.
He tapped it on
Thank
the
you,
ground,
Mama. I was
tap,
so
tap,
worried.
tap,
Hush
like
now.
a pendulum.
All is well.
Nena came to the door. "Sir, the baby is born. Lily is well."
I present
Mr.
this
Pride
key,
nodded.
as was promised.
Boy or
The
girl?
promise is fulfilled. We accept it.
Girl,
A new
sir.
chapter begins.
Mr. Pride's face did not change. "Good. When she's old enough, she'll work in the fields. What's her name?" Nena hesitated. "Maya, sir." Mr. Pride tested the name on his tongue, as if tasting it. Maya. Strange name.
This is the key. Guard
You
it with
people
your life.
always
What
give
does it open?
strange names.
A door to our only way
He
out.
smiled, but the smile
You
held
have
a
always
sneer.
been my greatest
No
joy,
matter.
I will carry your light
As
with me
long as she
always.
works,
and
what
I
does
will
a
be
name
with you.
matter? He turned to leave, then stopped. "Nena, tell Lily she'll be in the fields tomorrow.
No, please
You
don't
look
take
after
us.
the baby."
You have to come now.
Nina
My
bowed
child,
her
don't
head.
separate us.
Move along.
"Sir, the baby is very small. Lily needs to nurse her." Mr. Pride looked at her, the stony hardness returned to his eyes. "Nena," I said, "tomorrow she works in the fields. Do you understand?" Nena said nothing. She knew it was useless to
Rest now,
speak.
child. The baby is safe with
Mr.
me.
Pride left,
Thank you,
his
Mama.
stick
I was
tap
so
tap
worried.
tapping on
Hush
the
now.
ground.
All is well.
Inside the cabin, Lily had heard everything. She held Maya close and whispered in her ear, "Daughter, grow up
I present
fast.
this key, as was
Grow up
promised.
fast,
The promise
so I
is
can take
fulfilled.
you
We
away
accept
from
it.
here."
A new chapter
But
begins.
she knew it was impossible. No one ever left here. Maya began to grow. Her eyes were large, and they saw much. She saw how her mother rose before the sun and went to the fields. She saw how her mother's back bent, how blisters formed on her hands, how she returned at evening, exhausted. She watched, but she said nothing. Nena would look at her and say, "Why doesn't this child speak?" Lily would answer, "She will speak. When the time comes, she will speak." But Maya did not speak. She wanted to, but the words got stuck in her throat. They weren't words, they were a weight. The weight she saw in her mother's eyes, the weight she read on the faces of the other slaves. The weight that was on her own small soul. When she was 3, she began going to the fields. She would go with her mother and sit near the sugarcane plants. She would sit for hours, just watching. She watched the sun climb the sky, the cane sway in the wind, the sweat pour from the workers' bodies. And she remained silent. One day, Mr. Pride came to the fields. He saw Maya sitting there. He approached her, bent down, and said, "What is your name?" Maya looked at him. There was no fear in her eyes, only a deep curiosity. She remained silent. Mr. Pride looked at Lily. "Is this girl mute?" Lily bowed her head. "No, sir."
This
She's
is the
shy.
key. Guard it with your
Mr.
life.
Pride
What does
looked
it
at
open?
Maya again.
A door to our only way
Shy?
out.
There's no
You have
shyness
always
in those
been my
eyes.
greatest joy,
There's
I will
something
carry your
else.
light with me always.
He
and
straightened
I will
up
be
and
with
walked
you.
away. That night, when Lily returned from work, she found Maya sitting in a corner of the cabin.
No,
She was
please
drawing
don't
on the
take
wall
us.
with her
You have
finger
to come now.
in the
My
dust.
child, don't separate us.
Lily
Move
went
along.
closer and saw a bird, very beautiful, its wings spread wide. Lily picked Maya up. "You made this?" Maya nodded. Tears came to Lily's eyes. "Daughter, you have something that none of us have. You have what Jack had. He saw
Rest now,
things
child. The
the way
baby is
no
safe
one
with
else
me.
could."
Thank you, Mama. I
Maya
was
looked
so
into
worried.
her
Hush
mother's
now,
eyes
all
and
is
then,
well.
with her finger, drew a bird in the air, as if it were flying. From that night on, Lily knew her daughter was special.
I present this key,
But she
as
also
was
knew
promised.
that bad
The
things
promise
happen to
is
special
fulfilled. We
people.
accept it.
A new chapter
So she told
begins.
Maya, "Daughter, what you see, tell no one. What you can make, show no one. Understand?" Maya nodded, but her eyes held a question. Why? Why? Because this world is not for those who see. This world is for those who close their eyes.
This is
Maya
the
was
key.
5 years
Guard
old
it with
when
your
Lily
life.
was sold.
What does it open?
A
She
door
would
to our
always
only way
remember
out.
that day.
You have
It was a
always
winter
been my
day,
greatest
cloudy
joy,
and damp.
I will carry your light with
Lily
me
was in the
always.
fields,
and I will be
Maya
with
was
you.
sitting outside the cabin, drawing in the dirt. Then a horse arrived. On it was a white man, Mr.
No,
Brown,
please
the
don't
owner
take
of a
us.
neighboring
You
plantation.
have to come now.
My
He
child,
met
don't
with Mr.
separate
Pride,
us.
Move
and the
along.
two talked for a long time. Then Mr. Pride called one of his overseers and spoke to him. The overseer ran towards the fields. A little later, Lily returned. Her face was pale, her eyes red. She came straight to Maya and lifted her up.
Rest
She
now,
held her
child.
so
The baby is
tightly
safe
that
with
Maya
me.
could barely breathe.
Thank you, Mama. I was so worried.
Lily
Hush
whispered,
now, all
"My
is
daughter,
well."
my life, my everything." Maya touched her mother's face. Her fingers found Lily's tears.
I present this key,
Lily took
as
a
was
small
promised.
key from her
The promise
pocket.
is fulfilled. We
It
accept
was
it.
iron,
A new chapter
rusted,
begins.
but with a flower etched on it. She placed the key in Maya's hand. "Keep this, daughter. My mother gave it to me, and her mother gave it to her. It is the key of our bloodline. Someday, it will set you free." Maya looked at the key. It was small, but heavy, as if it held years of hope within it. Quickly, Lily braided a small section of Maya's hair and hid the key inside. "Tell no one. Understand? No one." Then Mr. Pride's overseer came. He grabbed Lily's arm. "Come. Mr. Brown is waiting." Lily placed Maya on the ground. She stood up, her face expressionless. She looked at Maya, a long, lingering look, as if she were memorizing her image. Then she was gone. Maya did not cry. She did not scream. She sat right there, where her mother had left her. The key was in her hand, but she remembered her mother's words, hide it. She put the key back in her hair. She sat for hours. Evening came, night fell, the stars came out. Nena came and took her inside, but Maya said nothing. Her eyes were open, but she saw nothing. She was seeing her mother, her face, her eyes, her smile. And the key. The key in her hair, close to her head, like a secret. That night, Maya spoke to herself for
This
the
is the
first
key.
time.
Guard it with your life.
She said
does
in
it
her
open?
heart, Mother
A
will
door
come
to our
back.
only way out.
And when she comes,
You have
I will
always
give her
been my
this key.
greatest joy,
I
And
will
we
carry your
both
light with
escape
me
from this
always.
cage.
and I will be with you.
But Lily never came back. After Lily was gone, Nena raised Maya. Nena was 60 then, but still strong.
No, please don't take
Her
us.
back was bent,
You have to
but her
come now.
hands still
My
worked.
child, don't separate us.
She
Move
was the
along.
plantation's midwife, but now she also worked in the fields. And in the evenings, she would sit Maya beside her and tell her stories. The stories were of Africa, a land where everyone was black, where gold grew on trees, where lions and elephants roamed free. Nena had never seen that land, but
Rest
her
now,
mother
child.
had,
The baby
and
is
her
safe with
mother's
me.
mother before her.
Thank you, Mama. I was so worried.
Nena would
Hush
say,
now. All
there
is
every
well.
person has a spirit, child. And that spirit lives in a bird. When you die, your spirit goes
I
into
present
that
this
bird
key,
and flies
as was
back to
promised.
Africa.
The promise is
Maya
fulfilled.
would
We
listen,
accept it.
but
A
say
new chapter
nothing.
begins.
One day, Nena asked her, why don't you speak, child? Does your tongue hurt? Maya shook her head, no. Then why? Maya placed her hand on her heart. Nena looked at her and understood. Your heart hurts? The pain of your
This is the
mother's
key.
leaving.
Guard it with your life.
Maya's
What does
eyes
it
said
open?
yes.
A door to our only
Nena
way
hugged
out.
her close.
You have
Pain
always
doesn't
been my
speak,
greatest
child.
joy,
I will carry your
Pain
light with me
screams.
always.
and I
But
will
your
be with
voice
you.
doesn't come out because you have pushed the pain deep inside. One day, that pain will come out. And when it
No,
does,
please
you
don't
will
take
speak
us.
in a way that will
You have
turn
to
the
come
ears
now.
of listeners
My
to
child,
stone.
don't separate us.
Move
Maya
along.
looked into Nena's eyes. For the first time, she felt that someone understood her. That night, after Nena had fallen asleep, Maya took the key from her hair. She looked at it in the moonlight. The flower on it was still clear, a rose, its petals open wide.
Rest
She
now,
held the
child.
key
The
to
baby
her
is
heart
safe
and
with me.
closed her eyes.
Thank you, Mama. I was so
She
worried.
prayed
Hush now.
the
All
prayer
is
Nena
well.
had taught her, "Oh God, when I am grown, let me find my mother." Amen. At the age of 7,
I
Maya was
present
put
this
to
key,
work in the
as
fields.
was promised.
The promise
Her
is
job was to
fulfilled. We
pull
accept
weeds
it.
from around
new
the
chapter
sugarcane
begins.
plants. She rose before sunrise and worked until after sunset. Her back ached, her hands blistered, but she never cried. The other slaves watched her in wonder. Such a small child, so silent, so patient. Mr. Pride had a new overseer, Mr. Davis. He was very different from Pride. Short, stout, his face perpetually red. He always carried a whip, and he did not hesitate to use it. One day, Maya was weeding when Mr. Davis came by. He saw her stop and look up at the sky. A bird was flying overhead, an eagle, perhaps. Mr. Davis raised his whip. "What are you looking at, black girl? Why aren't you working?" Maya looked at him. Her eyes held that same depth, that same silence. Mr. Davis did not like those eyes. He swung the whip. It struck Maya across the back, splitting the skin. Maya made no sound. She stood there, only flinching slightly. Mr. Davis struck again. And again. Blood ran down Maya's back, but she remained silent. The other slaves stopped working. They watched this child taking lashes without a single cry. Finally, Mr. Davis had to stop. His arm was tired, and he was shaken. He lowered the whip and stared at Maya. "Who are you? Are you a witch?"
This is the key.
Maya looked at
Guard
him,
it with your
but said
life.
nothing.
What does it open?
A
Then
door
she
to
went
our
back
only
to
way out.
weeding, as if nothing had happened.
You have always been my
That
greatest
night,
joy,
Nena poured
I will
salt
carry your light
water
with
on
me
her
always.
wounds. There
and I
was
will
no
be with
ointment,
you.
only salt. Maya's body trembled, but she made no sound. Nena whispered, "Child,
No,
you made
please
of
don't
stone."
take us.
You have
Maya
to come
looked at
now.
Nena
My
and placed
child,
her
don't
hand on her
separate us.
heart.
Move along.
Nena understood. The heart is not stone, child. The heart is flesh. And flesh feels pain. Maya's eyes said, "I feel pain." But I do not show it. And this was her strength. This was what kept her alive.
Rest now, child.
When
the baby
Maya
is
was
safe
9,
with me.
she discovered
Thank
a
you,
secret.
Mama. I was so worried. Hush
She
now.
did not
All is
sleep
well.
at night. Sleep would not come. She would sit outside the cabin and watch the stars. One night, she saw
I
a
present
light in
this
one of the
key,
windows
as
of
was
Mr.
promised.
Pride's house,
The promise
which
is
stood on a hill.
fulfilled. We accept it.
A new
The
chapter
light burned
begins.
late, and Maya saw shadows moving within the room. Curiosity stirred in her. The next night, she crept closer to the house. Hiding behind trees, slipping through bushes, she made her way to the lighted window. Inside, Mr. Pride was sitting. Papers were spread before him,
This is the
and
key.
he was writing
Guard
intently.
it with your life.
What does it open?
Maya watched him
A
for a
door to
long
our
time.
only way out.
Then her eye caught
You have
something
always
else.
been my greatest joy,
Portrait
I
hung
will
on the
carry your
wall,
light with
a
me
woman's
always.
portrait.
and I will be with
The
you.
woman was black, beautiful, and her eyes were exactly like Maya's mother's eyes. Maya's heart stopped.
No, please
Who
don't
was this
take
woman?
us.
You have to come
What
now.
was her
My
name?
child, don't separate us.
And why
Move
was she on
along.
the wall of Mr. Pride's house? Maya stayed there for a long time, huddled beneath the window, shivering in the cold. Inside, Mr. Pride wrote on, and Maya thought on. The next day, she asked Nena, Nena, there is a woman's picture in Mr. Pride's house. Who is she?
Rest now, child. The baby is
Nena's
safe with
face
me.
changed.
Thank you, Mama. I was
She
so
looked
worried.
around
Hush
and then
now.
whispered,
All is well.
Why did you go there? Maya did not answer. Nena took her hand. Listen, child.
I present this
Do
key,
not go
as
near
was
that
promised.
house.
The promise is
Terrible
fulfilled. We
things have
accept it.
happened there.
A new chapter begins.
And that picture, it is of a woman Mr. Pride bought long ago. She was very beautiful. But one day, she vanished. No one knows what happened to her. Maya asked, what was her name? Nena looked down. Lily. Her name was Lily. Maya's heart stopped again. Lily. Her mother's name was Lily. That woman, that portrait, was her mother. Tears came to Maya's eyes, but they did not fall. They froze there. She stood up and walked away. She went into the sugarcane fields, where the cane grew tall, and sat down. She took the key from her hair. She looked at it, at the flower, and then looked up at the sky. A bird was flying overhead, high and free. Maya said in her heart, Mother, where are you? Are you alive? The bird gave no answer. It flew on, and Maya sat there until nightfall. After that night, Maya changed. She had always been silent, but now her silence held something else, a determination, a fire. She worked harder than before, but her eyes were always looking somewhere far away. Nena noticed the change. One day she said, Child, what is in your eyes frightens me. Maya looked at Nena and smiled for the first time, a strange smile, holding both pain and hope. She took Nena's hand and placed it on her heart. Then she pointed to the sky.
This is
Nena
the key.
understood.
Guard it with your life.
You
What
want
does
to
it
find
open?
your mother?
A door to our only way
Maya
out.
nodded. But
You have
escaping from
always
here
been
is
my greatest
impossible,
joy.
child.
I will carry your light with
There
me
are
always.
soldiers in the woods,
And I will be with
dogs.
you.
Runaways are caught and killed. Maya gave that same smile. She knew,
No, please don't
but she
take
also
us.
knew she
You
had
have
to go.
to come now.
My child,
She
don't
began
separate
watching
us.
the woods
Move
at
along.
night. She noted when the patrols came, when they left, which way the dogs went. She saw that on moonlit nights, there were fewer guards, and on dark nights, more. She also noticed which way the birds flew, north, towards the Mississippi River. She began to form a plan.
Rest now, child. The
One
baby
night,
is safe with me.
She went to Nena
Thank
and
you,
woke
Mama. I
her.
was so worried. Hush
With
now.
her
All
eyes,
is well.
with gestures, she told Nena she was going to run. Nena was terrified. You are mad, child.
I present this key,
They will
as
catch
was
you
promised.
and kill you.
The promise is fulfilled.
Maya
We
took the
accept
key
it.
from
A
her
new
hair
chapter
and showed
begins.
it to Nena. Then she gestured towards the image of her mother. Tears came to Nena's eyes. She knew she could not stop this child. She knew this child had what her mother had, that fire that never goes out. Nena hugged Maya. All right, child. I
This
will
is the
help
key.
you.
Guard it with your
But
life.
promise
What
me
does it
that if
open?
you survive,
A door
you
to
will
our
come
only
and
way
put
out.
flowers on my grave.
You have always
Maya
been my
nodded.
greatest joy,
She
I will
wiped
carry your
Nena's
light with me
tears.
always.
and I
Over
will
the
be
next
with
few
you.
weeks, Nena gathered food for Maya, dried fish, cornbread, a gourd for water. She also gave her an
No,
old
please
blanket
don't
to
take
keep
us.
warm at night.
You have to come now.
And
My
then
child,
the night
don't
came, the
separate
night
us.
was
Move
dark.
along.
There was no moon, and the stars were hidden behind clouds. The wind was blowing, rustling the sugarcane. Maya said goodbye to Nena, without words, only with her eyes. Then she walked towards the woods. She walked, crawled, hid. Her
Rest
feet
now,
were
child.
bare,
The baby
but
is
they
safe
knew
with me.
every branch,
Thank you,
every
Mama.
leaf
I
in the
was so
forest.
worried. Hush now. All is
She
well.
knew where to step, when to be silent. She understood the forest like an animal. She walked for hours.
I present this key
Sometimes she
as
would
was
stop and
promised.
listen.
The
Dogs
promise is
barked in the
fulfilled. We
distance,
accept it.
but they
A
did
new
not
chapter
come near.
begins.
Perhaps God was with her, or perhaps her mother's spirit was guiding her. As dawn approached, she saw the river. The Mississippi, that great river, lay before her. Its water was dark, and the first light of morning shimmered on its surface. Maya sat on the bank and took the key from her hair. She dipped it in the water, washed it clean, and held it to her heart. Then she looked back. Far, far away, was Pride's plantation, that prison, that cage where her mother had once been. She looked at it as if her eyes could set it on fire. Then she entered the river. The water was cold, but she did not feel it. She began to swim, slowly, silently, like a fish. She let the current carry her north, towards freedom. How long she swam, she did not remember. When she reached the other bank, the sun was up. She crawled out, shivering, but alive. She was no longer a slave of Pride's plantation. She was free, at least in body. But in spirit? Her spirit was still in a cage. Her spirit was still searching for her mother. Maya spent many days in the wilderness. By day, she hid. By night, she walked. She ate fruits and roots, drank from streams. Her body grew weak, but her spirit remained strong. She thought of her mother, of Nena, the key. One day, she came to a small town.
This is the key. Guard it with your
There were
life.
both
What does it
white
open?
and black people there.
A door to our only way out.
She watched from hiding.
You have always
She
been
saw
my
that
greatest
some black
joy,
people were
I will
free.
carry your
They
light
ran
with me
their own
always.
shops,
and
walked
I will
their
be with you.
children. Her heart filled with hope. Perhaps one day she could live such a life. But she had
No,
to find
please
her
don't
mother.
take us.
You have
She
to
went
come
into
now.
the town
My
and
child,
found an
don't
old black
separate us.
woman
Move
selling
along.
vegetables in the market. Maya showed her the key and asked, with gestures, if she had ever seen it. The old woman looked at the key, then at Maya. Recognition dawned in her eyes. "You are Lily's child," she whispered. Maya nodded, astonished. The
Rest
old
now,
woman
child.
took
The
her
baby
in.
is safe with me.
Her
Thank
name
you,
was
Mama. I
Martha.
was so worried. Hush now.
She had
All
known
is
Lily
well.
years ago, when Lily was young. They had been together on Pride's plantation. Then Martha was sold, and she never
I
saw
present
Lily
this
again.
key as was promised.
But she told
The
Maya
promise
that
is
many
fulfilled. We
slaves from
accept it.
Pride's plantation
chapter
had been sent
begins.
to Brown's plantation. Perhaps Lily was there. Maya thanked Martha, with her eyes, with her heart. Then she set off again. Brown's plantation was 25 miles away. But God was busy that night. It took Maya a week to reach Brown's plantation.
This is the
Along
key.
the way, she
Guard
was
it with your
hungry and
life.
thirsty,
What does it open?
but she kept
A
walking.
door to our only way out.
Her heels cracked.
You
her
have
feet
always
bled,
been my
but she kept
greatest joy,
walking.
I will carry your
At
light with
night,
me
She
always.
slept under
and
trees.
I will be with
By
you.
day, she hid and rested. When she neared the plantation, she saw it was much larger than Pride's.
No, please
Sugarcane
don't take
fields
us.
stretched as
You
far
have to
as
come
the eye
now.
could see,
My
with
child,
hundreds
don't
of
separate
slaves
us.
working
Move
in them.
along.
Maya waited for night. When darkness fell, she slipped into the fields. Moving stealthily, she approached the row of slave cabins. She looked at every face, listened to every voice. She spent several nights like this, but found no trace of her mother.
Rest now,
One
child.
night,
The baby
an
is
old
safe
man
with me.
spotted her.
Thank you, Mama. I was
He
so
came
worried.
close and
Hush
said,
now. All
"Who
is
are you?"
well.
"What are you doing here?" Maya showed him the key. The old man's face changed when he saw
I
it.
present this key
This
as was
key,
promised.
this is
The
Lily's
promise
key.
is fulfilled. We accept
You
it.
are
A
Lily's
new
daughter.
chapter begins.
Maya nodded, hope blazing in her eyes. The old man sighed. His eyes were moist. "Child, Lily was here. But she is gone now." Maya's heart sank. The old man continued. 3 years ago, Lily tried to escape. She was caught. And Mr. Brown put her in a cage. A cage in the middle of the fields. It was her punishment. She was left there to die. Tears finally streamed down Maya's face, for the first time in years. The old man held her. That cage, child, is still there. In the fields. Empty. But at night, people say they hear sounds coming from it. Lily's sounds. Maya asked the old man, with gestures, to show her the cage. He led her there. In the middle of the field stood an old iron cage, rusted, its door hanging open. Maya approached the cage and touched it. Her fingers traced the cold iron, and she felt as if her mother's spirit was there. She took out her key. The key her mother had given her, the key that might once have opened this very cage. She tried to fit it into the lock, but the lock was broken. She sat down inside the cage and wept. Silently, softly, as if her tears had been dammed for centuries and had finally broken free. She stayed there until morning. At dawn, Mr. Brown's men found her. One of them saw
This
her
is the
sitting
key.
in the cage and
Guard it
shouted,
with your life.
"Who is
What
this?"
does it open?
A
What
door
are
to
you
our
doing
only way
here?
out.
Maya gave
You
no
have always
answer.
been my greatest joy,
She just looked at them.
I will carry
her
your light
eyes
with
red
me
but now
always.
dry.
and I will be with you.
They grabbed her. They beat her, but she remained silent. They asked who she was, where she came from,
No,
but
please
she
don't
remained
take us.
silent.
You have to come now.
Finally,
My
they
child,
took her
don't
to Mr.
separate us.
Brown.
Move along.
Mr. Brown was the same man who had once bought Lily. He was old now, his hair white, but his eyes were the same, pitiless. He looked at Maya and said, "This is Lily's child." The eyes are exactly the same. He smiled, but there was no kindness in it.
Rest now, child.
Catch
The
her.
baby is safe with me.
Tell Pride
Thank
his
you, Mama.
runaway
I was
slave
so
has been
worried.
found.
Hush now. All is well.
Maya was taken back to Pride's plantation. When Mr. Pride saw her, he was astonished. He could not
present
believe
this
this
key,
child had
as
run
was
so far.
promised.
The promise is
He
fulfilled.
asked
We
her,
accept
"Why
it.
did you
A new
run?"
chapter begins.
Maya was silent. Mr. Pride said, "You will be punished. Severely." But before he could punish her, a soldier arrived with news. There was a new law, he said. Slaves could no longer be punished without a trial. The war was over.
This
the
is the
North had
key.
won.
Guard it with your life.
Slavery
does it
was
open?
abolished.
A door to our only
Mr.
way
Pride
out.
was stunned.
You have
could
always
not
been my
believe it.
greatest joy,
But
I
the
will
law
carry
was
your
the
light with
law.
me always.
and
So
I will
Maya
be
was
with
brought
you.
before the court. And there, the girl who had never spoken, began to speak. In the courtroom, Maya told her
No,
story.
please don't take us.
Her voice
You
was
have to
soft,
come now.
but
My
clear.
child, don't separate us.
She told
Move
them
along.
who her mother was, how she had run away, how she had searched for her mother. She told them she had found the cage, but not her mother. People in the courtroom wept. Mrs. Watson, who wanted to adopt her, could not stop her tears. Judge Forbes was deeply moved, but he was a judge.
Rest
He
now,
had to
child.
make a
The baby
decision.
is safe with me.
He
Thank
asked
you, Mama.
Maya,
I was so
"Child,
worried.
where
Hush
do you
now.
want to
All
go?"
is well.
Maya took out her key and looked at it. Then she said, "I want to go where my mother's spirit is."
I
I
present
want
this
to go
key,
to the
as was
cage.
promised.
The promise
to
is
stay
fulfilled.
there.
We accept it.
A new
Judge
chapter
Forbes looked at
begins.
Mrs. Watson. Mrs. Watson nodded. "Sir, I will take her there. I will build a home for her right beside the cage." The court placed Maya in Mrs. Watson's care. But before she left, Judge Forbes asked her, "Child, what is your name?" Maya said, "Maya. My name is Maya. And my mother's name was Lily." Silence filled the courtroom once more. A silence that would echo for centuries. Today, if you go to those fields in Louisiana that were once Pride's and Brown's plantations, you will find an old cage there. It is rusted, broken, but it still stands. Beside it is a small house, old, but still lived in. An old woman lives there. Her hair is white, her face is lined with wrinkles, but her eyes are still the same, large, dark, holding that same light her mother once had. That woman is Maya. Every evening, she comes to the cage, sits down, and takes out an old key. The key gleams in her hand, and she looks at it for hours. Then she looks up at the sky, where birds fly, and she smiles. Sometimes, she goes inside the cage and sits there. She closes her eyes, and her face takes on an expression as if she is talking to someone. Perhaps she talks to her mother. Perhaps Lily's spirit is still there, in that cage, with her daughter. No one knows if Maya ever married, if she had children. Those who know her say
This is
she
the
lived
key.
alone,
Guard
but
it
was
with your
never
life.
lonely.
What does it open?
She
A
had
door
her
to our
mother's
only
key,
way out.
and that was enough.
You have
And
always
when you
been my
ask her why
greatest
she was
joy,
silent for
I
so
will carry your
long,
light
she
with
only
me
smiles
always.
and looks
and
at
I
the
will be
sky.
with you.
Perhaps the answer is there, in the birds flying free, passing over the cage that was once her mother's prison, and is now
No,
her
please
mother's
don't
memorial.
take us.
You have to
This
come
is
now.
Maya's story,
child,
but it
don't
is also the
separate us.
story
Move
of
along.
thousands, millions, whose names are not recorded in history, whose sacrifices are forgotten, whose tears have mingled with the earth. But the key remains. And as long as that key exists, their memory lives on. And as long as birds fly in the sky, the spirits of Lily and Maya are free.